direct the Committee of the Chief of Defense Staff to activate the Ecowas standby force with all its elements immediately. Order the deployment of the Ecowas standby force
welcome back to my channel.
to restore constitutional order
news,
in the Republic of Niger.
Traveling vlog in Europe and many more. Please guys, if this is your first time on this channel, kindly like and subscribe for more updates, and remember to drop your comment at the end of this video about your opinion. Now let's dive straight into today's discussion. Guys, ECOWAS have just activated the deployment of standby forces to restore constitutional order in Niger. This is not looking good, guys. I don't seem to understand why the ECOWAS are so keen on going in with military forces against Niger without using diplomatic measures to resolve and restore power in Niger. By activating the standby forces means the fight is inevitable in the region of West Africa, and this is going to be a destabilization of the whole region for a long time, and we do not need that in West Africa and in Africa as a whole. As you all know, Africa is passing through many challenges on its own without this type of disturbance. Now, topple it with fighting and destruction of infrastructure and properties will take the region and Africa many years back, and it's going to be very difficult to rebuild. Why are the members of ECOWAS dancing to the music of France and the United States? Do the representatives of these countries ask themselves if what they are about to do the right thing? Did they consider the lives and properties of innocent people in this region? I don't think they do, because if they do, they will consider and they will know that this fighting they are going into is going to cause destabilization in the region, and the infrastructure that is going to be destroyed is going to take a lot of money to be rebuilt, and the psychological effects that is going to affect the people of this region and the mass migration of people everywhere in the region. So they should reconsider their actions and call for peace. Let it go for dialogue with a diplomatic mission to sort out things. How is this going to benefit from all countries, for all nations? Because it seems like the people of Niger, the Nigerians, they are happy with the military coup because they think this is going to restore peace and order in the country. They are going to benefit well from it. They are not going to be ripped off by foreign powers or invaded by foreign powers. So it is by the people. That's what this democracy is about. Forget the military. It's not about the uniform. But as far the military is coming to give the people a new hope, to restore new hope into their lives, I think this should be considered first, not just by marching into Niger, which is a sovereign state, with military takeover or forceful reinstallment of their previous leader or the previous president. They should not be blinded or so focused on just Niger, because this fight is going to have a lot of ripple effect in the region and in Africa at large. Please, let's not fall into the hands of our enemies again. Let me explain what this could do to us. If ECOWAS marched into Niger to restore constitutional order with military force, the Nigerian military will fight back, even if the ECOWAS and Nigerian military will be superior over them. Remember that Burkina Faso and Mali has promised to join forces with the Niger military to fight against any intervention. So this is going to be a widespread fighting and destruction across the region. Small countries like Benin Republic, Togo can be in danger, and a country like Ghana that is sharing close borders with both Burkina Faso and Mali could also be at risk. Because if the ECOWAS is facing fight back from the Niger military inside of Niger, the Burkina Faso and Malian military could be attacking on the smaller nations, which is not so very good, because this thing about war or fighting is not always as predictable as you think. It's only those that think, for those that think that war is good, it's for those that have not seen or experienced war. War never ends conflict. War only brings destruction and loss of lives in all cases. So we should think again. We should go against every means of using force or war. We don't need it. But as it stands right now, the ECOWAS members, they have already sat down in a meeting earlier today, some few hours ago, and they have given the go-ahead to all military standby soldiers to move and march into the Republic of Niger. So with all this unsettlement across many nations in the region, this will lead to mass exodus, and in this can lead to a major immigration problem across the region. Another problem this could cause in the region is a severe economic hardship, because war costs money and no one should be expecting free arms and supplies from the United States and France. they will surely make you pay for them in cash or in kind. With the economic hardship already facing Nigeria, with the devaluation of the naira and high cost of foodstuffs and high price of transportation, fighting a meaningless war is not what the citizens are calling for. Majority of the people are against the deployment of soldiers into Niger. Even the House of Assembly has refused to back the request of bolatinubu to embark on fighting Niger. Meanwhile, the crisis in Niger is of many interests, external interests mostly of the French, who are angered by the Nigerians kicking their troops out of the country and suspended every military agreement between both countries. So this will really hinder France from getting free uranium, which helps to power their nuclear reactor, because France depends on their reactor mostly for their power supply. So France are not backing out easily, and now they are in support of Ecowas to reinstate the deposed president of Niger. At the long run, after the fighting, whatever happens, maybe Ecowas succeeds on the quest, there will always be rebel groups coming out of the ashes to oppose whomever they install in power. And mind you, war costs money. Depending on how long the fighting lasts, the cost is rated. So this means the longer the fight, the money spent. And when more money is being spent on fighting, you are only destroying infrastructures, businesses, and the economy. And this will lead to countries borrowing money from the IMF and these superpowers that led you into the war, and now you will be indebted to them once again, and they can continue to dictate how and where you live, and your natural resources will continue to end up in France and the United States. So wise up, Africa. We don't need to fight. Niger is our brothers and sisters. All we need in Africa is love for one another and development of our minds for our nations to grow. Meanwhile, a lot of people have come out to criticize the decision of the Ecowas to step into Niger with military to forcefully change the government or to reinstate Bazoum back in power. And let me give you some of the comments on Twitter. People have reacted to it. So let's go. And the first one is coming from nobody but Daniel Rega, and it says, Nigerians don't want war with Niger Republic. Many Africans are also against it. We have bigger issues, but ECOWAS wants to bring the battle to our doorsteps. By planning an invasion, the same people encouraging this conflict won't near the battlefield or stay where it escalates. Yeah, that is coming from Daniel Rega. It says that the people that are inflicting this or people that are sitting down to make these decisions won't be around for this fighting when it escalates. Okay, let's move on to the next one. And the next one says, what a shame seeing Naira losing its value and the president is not concerned about the people's welfare, but instead ready for war. Exactly. When you go for war, you're ready to spend more money. And this one is coming from Senator Shehu Sani, and it says ECOWAS communique is contradictory, opting for dialogue and setting up a standby force. Our message to the leaders of West Africa is unambiguously clear. Do not drag us to war because of coup in Niger Republic. Exactly. Let's move on to the next one. And this one says, whatever means necessary to restore democracy in Niger should be deployed by the ECOWAS. The good thing is that you have got no say in this, Malam Shehu. It's just so surprising that you are more active and concerned now on Twitter than you were as a senator. You see, this guy seems to be in support of the ECOWAS deploying troops to Niger, and he's from the north, and it seems like he have personal something with the Senator Shehu already. So let's move on to the next one. And this one is coming from F.O. Michaels, and it says, there is a video I posted that suggested this war had to do with a particular pipeline from West Africa to the west, and Niger is not letting it go through its country. Okay, you feel that is because of oil or stuff. That's why this war is going on. There are a lot of things that is causing this war right now. So thank you guys for watching up to this point. If you are new here, please kindly like and subscribe and share this video so that YouTube will be able to share it with people. Thank you. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.
The ECOWAS standby force with all its elements immediately. Order the deployment of the ECOWAS standby force to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. Underscore its continued commitment to the restoration of constitutional order through peaceful means.